Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Chris Webber is joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. If you look at Houston, this is a team in great mid-season form right now. And with Tip,
well, guys,
he's the glue that holds the team together, DA. Always important to have a guy who can fire up his teammates. And we're watching two of the elite teams, Chris, go head-to-head. This one's going to be terrific.
We all know to be the best, you got to beat the best. Both of these teams are focused tonight.
And it's the Warriors to start out. Here's the starting group for Houston. Anderson is down low with Capella. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. And it's Mbah a Moute in at the 3 spot.
And there you have it. That's your power forward center. Draymond stretching the floor with legit three-point range.
Harden outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Thompson. And Chris, when you see Harden coming down the lane at you, there is a very short list of players who can instill that much fear. Pretty much him, Westbrook, and LeBron. Each have their own style, and Harden's might be the most refined of all of them.
Well, that's why he gets to the line so much. Speed, his handles, his ability to pull back on the 3, his Euro step. When Harden gets going downhill like that, you just don't have an answer.
Green, the screen, 5 to shoot. Curry, good.
Oh, look at that, just a mere flick of the wrist. So calm and smooth, Steph Curry.
Harden against Thompson. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia. We've played just over a minute here in the first. The 3 from Harden. Again, the miss by Harden. Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. From downtown, Curry can't get it to go. Warriors on D. 4-point game. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
And you know that's something they've discussed. Coming into tonight, how can we take care of the basketball, push the action, but remain disciplined?
Here's Durant. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Thompson against Harden. Good D by Thompson.
Hasn't been his best this quarter.
And Curry has it in the corner. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Warriors. And so here is Houston, trailing by 5. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And after that game, it was impressive to look at the box score and see the work they did at the free throw line.
Well, they dictated the pace, and the defense was a half step slow, adjusting most of the night.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
But guys, the defense knows he has this ability, correct? Yet no one thinks to put a body on him? Incredible.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Oftentimes we think of Thompson as an outside shooter, but he has the size and the skill set to score inside as well.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Well, one book that is out on Curry is that you can body him and knock him around off the ball. Chris, a lot of teams feel that if you can beat him up as he comes off a screen, he'll be far less productive. What do you think?
Well, whether it's true, not true, fair, or unfair, Curry's definitely getting banged around out there. If you watch him off the ball in some games, he gets grabs, push, pull, you name it.
See the stat sheet here on Chris Paul. The past month has been surreal. 3rd in assists, 9th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. Thompson outside. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. On the wing, Green. Durant wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Durant's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Right wing. Paul for 3. Rockets working now with the fresh shot clock. And it's Capella missing.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
Durant dishes to Green. Another 3 for Golden State.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And the Warriors moved Bogut to clear space last season. Many thought they would have trouble filling that center role. But you know what? Pachulia was signed and was the perfect fit for that team.
Kevin, my man Zaza. I mean, he's a vet. He knew exactly what his role would be coming into the team. Still has a great skill set. Fantastic passer for a center. And he can keep possessions alive with his offensive rebound.
Some changes for Golden State. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Ryan Anderson. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Mbah a Moute. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. The shot by Thompson, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
To stop the run, that's tipped. That's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Here is Paul. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
There's the dish to Livingston. Back to Iguodala. Launches it. Nene pulls it in. Rockets trail by 11. The drive by Gordon. Here's Tucker. Goes up again, and it's laid in by Gordon.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality looking shot.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Green, the screen. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feet. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Up top, he's covered by Livingston. Lets it go from deep. Chris Paul, and that's good. Paul's got his first 3 points of the game.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Some nice passing by Golden State here. Dishes it to Livingston. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Look, if you let Shaun Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, doesn't matter.
The Warriors making a switch here. McCaw's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Well, that's put them up by double digits, trying to run away with this one wire to wire.
They kick it out to Green. And here is Paul. 5 points in the game.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
Iguodala is at the 3 with Green playing the 4. Livingston is out there with McCaw. And it's West in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And Chris, you had to deal with different injuries during your playing career. Some guys get bit by the injury bug and some others avoid it their whole career. Do you think that staying healthy, Chris, is a skill, or is it just luck of the draw?
Man, that's a great question, Kevin. I really can't answer that. When you look at a guy like Jordan and seeing him only hurt his ankle one time. Or,
right.
You know, I do think when you take care of your body and you prepare, that you can definitely stave off injuries. But at the same time, I think it's the luck of the draw. If you were a guy like myself and you're rebounding in the paint and there are a lot of feet under you, you're going to come down on someone's ankle and twist your ankle. We've seen a lot of non-physical injuries, a lot of injuries that just seem to happen out of nowhere. When you look at George's injury with the Olympics that time, or you look at a guy like Steph Curry with his ankle injury that he had back in the day. So I really can't answer that. That's a great question. It's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? But I would just say this, no matter how hard you work, it takes a little bit of luck to be successful. I think we all would say that. So I would lean on more so the side of luck than necessarily being prepared and not having an injury.
Good answer. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. And so Young nails them both. And Nick Young loves scoring and lightheartedly jokes about his defense.
Oh, yeah, we always want players to be so serious about the game. There's a flip side to that. A teammate like Young, who comes in every day with a smile on his face, it can lighten the mood in the locker room.
And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, here's Paul. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And let's run down for you the top 3-point shooting point guards in the league this season. Third is Stephen Curry. And, of course, Chris Paul.
You know, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and knock down a triple. Great backup plan for any point guard to have.
It's real simple. Having shooters on the floor is an important requirement for any good offense, and they have plenty of them.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass? And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Got that one up quick. Durant's got 5.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. D.A., thank you. And here's Harden for 3. The Rockets with another miss.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Here's Young. Another miss by Young. Rockets trail by 14. Oh, Paul in position. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his second basket.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
Durant against Anderson. Picked by Pachulia. Durant kicks to McCaw, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Rockets.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for McCaw. Rocket 2. Thompson misses. Rockets trail by 12.
Well, and you hear about the Warriors having, an unfair amount of talent. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. This roster's stacked when you look at 2 MVPs that are the heart and soul of guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. When you look at a sharpshooter like a Thompson, I mean, of course, those guys can play. Still, 4 All-Stars on the team has happened plenty of times in the past, but I would beg to differ that is, misleading because I don't know if the 4 players were individually as good as some of the guys on this team.
Picked by Pachulia. Curry passes to Thompson. Curry, a screen on Harden. On the wing, Thompson, guarded by Harden. With the fadeaway. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Chris, other teams with 4 All-Stars that you referred to, Pistons in the mid-2000s, and even more recently the 2014 Atlanta Hawks. Still, the Warriors, 4 All-Stars, hard to match.
Yeah, and part of it is that for the Warriors, the 4 for the Warriors are all NBA-level talents. I mean, we're used to seeing 2, 3 megastars on the team, but 4 legit all NBA-level players, that's rare, even from a historical perspective.
The dish now to Capella. Pass to Paul. Fires the 3. The rebound by Young.
He had 1 3-pointer in the first, but still searching for that second.
They get it back. A second chance effort, and Pachulia finishes it off. Pachulia's got his first basket of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Paul over in the corner, and Mba'amute. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And Mba'amute's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
Curry kicks to Durant. Picked by Pachulia. Back to Curry. He feeds it to Pachulia. Young from outside. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Anderson can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 11. Durant kicks to Curry. A putback. And Mba'amute pulls it in. Harden has a wide open look. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
I love how Harden squares himself up on these pull-up attempts when he is in rhythm. No one else is stopping him from burying his shots.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Draymond, a strong first half offensively for the team. What are you doing right?
I mean, we're just letting them show us what's open. You know, you got to just make sure we stay patient on the offensive end and let them tell us what play to make, where the open man is. We've been doing a great job of that. We got to keep it up in the second half.
Yeah, the defense leads you to the open man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was all about Golden State as the game got going. Their biggest lead of the opening period during a very exciting run was all the way up to 13 points. By the end of quarter one, they were way out on top, leading by 13. Momentum shifted slightly in the second quarter, causing them to lose some traction, but they still ended the half up by 8. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
Percentage-wise, they were in the low 30s. That's right, low 30s from beyond the arc. That won't get it done. Every team in the league now relies on some level of consistent production from the three-point line. But if you dug yourself a hole and you aren't a three-point shooting team, that needs to change.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Rockets trail by 8, so on the floor for Houston. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is down low with Capella, and it's Mba'amute in at the small forward. In the corner, Harden. Another shot, and Durant sends it back.
Durant covers a ton of ground with this limp, using his wingspan to wipe away shots.
And when you watch Kevin Durant, perhaps the most astounding thing about him, C-Web, is just how easy he puts up points. He does it in a number of ways, and sometimes it's quiet, and sometimes it's gigantic and loud. But, you know, Chris, the points are always there for him.
But look, he's going to go down as one of the best scorers ever to play. I mean, it's kind of strange to say that Durant is overlooked in his ability to score by some. But I'm not sure if we'll ever see another player like Durant for quite some time.
Paul against Curry. Over in the corner, Mbamute. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Mbamute has got 5.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. It's rebounded by Houston. And here's Harden for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Durant's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Back to Curry. 90 seconds now into the second half. The 3 hits it from three-point range. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And look, is there any shot that Curry can't knock down? I mean, he is an unconscious scorer.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle, but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
Back to Curry. Left side Durant. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Mbamute dishes to Paul. Shoots from the high post. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, when you're at a size disadvantage, sometimes the mid-range is better than inside. You get a little more space. You don't allow the shot blocker to get up on you. And also, you can use your handles and your quickness.
Some changes for Golden State. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Durant. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. Harden outside, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. There's a good screen. Gordon kicks to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. And Mbamute can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 6. Here's McCaw. And the Warriors miss again.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Gordon, the pass to Harden. Fades. Warriors with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
Well, the obvious solve is to go to the basket. I mean, there were some open lanes. They were just unwilling to take advantage of them.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
The first one falls. And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's Gerald Green in for Mbamute.
And as great of a free throw shooter as he is, it's still a part of his game. He works very hard at it.
Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got 9.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Nene, the screen. Harden kicks to Nene. Feeds to Gordon. Outside, Green. Bangs home the trifecta. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
That's just great all-around teamwork. Now, let's see if they can find a way to come away with the victory here.
Livingston kicks it to West. Iguodala with it. Now Green defending. Iguodala against Green. Iguodala no good. And here are the Rockets now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Green inside. He's covered by Iguodala. A nice shot by Tucker.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Golden State's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Well, the Rockets, Chris, aren't known for their defense, but it probably gets a worse rap than it should. They allow a lot of points, but it's mostly due to their pace of play.
And part of that is just a viewpoint from the past few years. I mean, Harden says he's recommitted himself to the defensive end, which has helped set the tone. Defense does just enough to let their offense win games.
Some changes here for the Warriors. Pachulia comes in for West, and Nick Young is subbed in for Patrick McCall. And a change for the Rockets. Black's checked in. Picked by Pachulia. We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Picked by Pachulia. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Green. Young's got 8.
Always keeping his head up. Draymond rarely misses the open man.
Here's Tucker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Gordon goes in over Young. Rockets keep it going with the new 24-second clock. A nice shot by Tucker.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Pachulia with the screen on Green. Kicks it to Green. Gordon against Young. Over Gordon. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. He's got 10. Green with the ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Nene, the screen. Gordon for 3. Here's Black. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one, and so a good time to go to the replay and just to make sure if he got it off on time.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Warriors lead by 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Everybody get on the glass now. Everybody help out. If you're not boxing out, chase the ball down. Come on now, let's get our mojo back. Let's go.
The energy level not where Steve Kerr would like it. You can tell in his voice. Wants everyone to be active when the ball goes up.
Yeah, giving up extra possessions, a dangerous game to play. Coach doesn't want this team to give anything away.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Warriors death lineup out there with Curry, Clay, Iguodala, KD, and Draymond. And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Nene, the screen. Gordon for three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his fourth assist in this one.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Iguodala kicks to Thompson. Green with a screen on Gordon. Thompson inside the line, and it's Golden State with another.
And you know what? And it's just the feel that Thompson has, using the screen to his full advantage.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Shoots from the line. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to a point with the bucket from Chris Paul.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
And the three ball is good. 9 points for Klay Thompson.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Nene with the screen on Durant. Paul dishes to Nene. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Here's Thompson, and the shot falls short this time.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Tucker can't get it to go. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Count that one. And the Warriors lead by 4.
Well, Green embraces contact. We all know that. He loves owning the defense by finishing strong.
Paul with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Offensive rebound. And Durant sends it back. Lets it fly. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Iguodala. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Gordon a screen. The feed to Nene. On the wing, Eric Gordon. He's covered by Thompson. Nene, the screen. Here's Tucker. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And it falls over the rim and in. Nene's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds for putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
I mean, I always say that to let the other team get the rebound and continue their possession. Boxing out is simple, and to forget to do it can be costly.
Releases. The shot by Thompson, no good. Rockets trail by 4. Now Gordon. They set the pick. Nene, the screen. Paul's shot is off.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Iguodala kicks to Thompson. Green, the screen. Goes back up. And Thompson gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 6.
And among other things, Draymond can also rattle your teeth with the screen.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 6. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, he just can't get anything to drop today, and his team is hurting as a result. He should concentrate on moving the ball around and getting his guys involved.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Golden State. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Tarek Black. Anderson comes in for Nene. And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Gordon. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
And this is a critical possession, not one they can afford to come up empty on.
And it's Durant missing. Rockets trail by 4. And Mbah-a-Moute the pass to Harden. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And as soon as Harden puts the ball down on the floor, you know he's trying to take it all the way, and he's not afraid to get hit either.
Drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And Harden was the runner-up for the MVP award in 2015, a dynamite player, and continues to excel in all aspects of the game.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
When the score is close, you want this guy on the wall.
Durant with the screen on Harden. Green, the screen. Outside Curry. Nails the triple.
Oh, he's been doing this since back in the day, since back in college. Curry's one of the most clutch performers we have, really, in any sport.
Paul kicks to Harden. Inside. Yes!
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Here's Pachulia. Money!
Look, he doesn't waste time. Once he gets the rebound, he does what he should. Goes right back up.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 5. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Anderson with the screen for Paul. Off the screen. And Pachulia pulls it down. And so they foul intentionally. Here's Curry. And they go to the intentional foul.
Shooting for Golden State, Stephen Curry. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And the two-time league MVP, Steph Curry, one of only 2 active guys to win the MVP more than once in well over a decade.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
I know he feels good about that. A perfect trip to the line further extends the lead.
A 3 from Anderson, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. At one point, they led by 16. Now here's Curry. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Z, you guys were playing a team that really gave you a great effort, but you were able to overcome that and get the win.
Well, we expected this kind of game from them, but you know we gotta do our thing. You know what we're doing, play our game. We have to bring the energy. That's the most important thing right now.
Zaza, thanks for your time, man. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always.